Good night, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome once again to another LimeVibe Live podcast. I'm your host with the most, Yori Araman Camp here from Nassau, Bahamas. I'm with the lovely and beautiful Miss Kimberly Ramkalawan from Trinidad and Tobago. How are you tonight, Kimberly?
I'm doing well, Yari. It's here in Trinidad. It's very windy. We're actually on a high winds orange alert here in Trinidad.
Okay.
It's so windy. We had several trees uprooted. I actually witnessed an accident today where a tree was uprooted and it fell on a car and it injured a mother and her two sons that were actually from South Trinidad, but it happened in North. And we were just like a few minutes away from it.
I saw it actually. Yeah, that's pretty shocking, man. But that sounds like tropical force winds, man.
It's over 60 kilometers per hour, I believe.
Wow.
So the Met Services has put out a notice that it's going to last. So we had gotten the notice that it was going to be high winds as of 8 o'clock this morning until Friday. But this has by 11 a.m. today, it went up to 60 kilometers per hour. And it's expected to exceed 75 kilometers per hour.
That's
And
scary.
a lot of people have complained their roofs have gotten damaged. You've gotten a lot of trees uprooted. I even see that it's affecting all the way to Grenada. So it's not just that, it's other islands up the chain in the Eastern Caribbean. They're advising marine craft and or fishermen to be careful because obviously this surface wind will cause higher and greater waves, agitated seas and things like that.
Oh,
I
we
mean,
better be careful, Kim.
this is coming right after we had floods and flood waters have not receded.
Wow.
People, farmers are even counting dead livestock. Chickens were, poultry dead, goats, sheep, were flooded out.
Winds? Well, from the floods. Oh, okay, I thought you said from the winds.
Floods this weekend, right? And
Okay.
now we have this high winds alert. So Mother Nature is out for Trinidad right now.
Oh my goodness. I guess you guys didn't celebrate Corpus Christi in the way the good Lord and Savior expected you to, did you?
I, I would think so. I mean, we usually planted
I'm only being sarcastic, Kim. I don't mean that.
parts of Tobago have been blocked off, trees uprooted, blocking roots and things like that. It's happening here.
Yeah, getting hit. Well, I'm sorry to hear that, man. And you say you guys normally don't get hurricanes over there.
No, we don't. But in recent years, I've seen that we've had high wind events occurring. Usually it's been attributed to the Bermuda Azores, and that's usually between April, around, that crop season time. And it happens usually between Christmas to April, we get the Bermuda Azores. But is something different in our rainy season. And I have not gotten, Met Services has not put out as to why this is happening suddenly. At least we
You
haven't
said
got
about the Windward Azores?
Bermuda Azores.
The Bermudas are, but Bermuda's all the way up to the northeast. Why do you call it Bermuda?
No, this is winds. When it comes to high wind events that Trinidad usually experiences, we usually attribute it to the Bermuda Azores, but that usually occurs between December to April or so. So it's like a triangular from Bermuda coming down to the Caribbean, where we experience strong winds. But nothing like this. But this is supposed to be short term in the sense that it's just from today till Friday.
Wow, I learned something like the Bermuda Azores.
You've never heard of that?
No, never heard of it. Absolutely not. The Bermuda Azores. I know about the Bermuda Triangle, but Bermuda Azores, that's something brand new for me. See, but I learned something. I learned something today. The Bermuda Azores. I'm going to research that tonight.
Look it up. It's some kind of wind shear force that happens when winds coming from different direction mixes and causes that crosswind coming toward us. So and everything is really windy.
Okay.
But yeah, in Trinidad, it's howling, howling wind. And it comes just like sudden gusts. That's the thing. It's coming like sudden gusts here in Trinidad. And then it will die down and then it picks back up. When it it's just windy right through.
Okay, that's fair enough. The Bermuda Azores. I'll look at that, Kim. Well, you guys be safe, man, because that had to be scary. 'Cause I saw the pictures from Trinidad today about the wind, the trees falling down on a couple, right? And it
Yeah,
was
when I passed, I saw that the fire responders came with the jaws of life. They were cutting the trees. There were ambulance, a lot of traffic that caused a backlog of traffic because of it. And then when I was leaving, I saw the vehicle. The vehicle had not been towed, but you saw how the entire bonnet and top was demolished by the trees.
you call it the bonnet? You mean the hood? You call it the bonnet?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, man. Sorry to hear that, man. But I hope you guys are safe. Like how I said, and just take extra precautions. Treat it like it is a hurricane, like it is a tropical force. So,
It made me think twice about driving near, those very tree areas, those forested areas. We have trees lining our roadways. It helps with, keeping temperatures down. But I didn't anticipate something like that to happen. And,
you want to hear something, Kim? I don't know. I can't envision you driving a car. I don't know why. I just don't see you driving a car. I see you being driven by somebody. I don't know why. I don't see you as someone who would get behind the wheel of a car and drive. You just don't look like the type who drives.
don't let my husband say, here, you say that.
Why would happen? He hates your driving?
No, he's like, I let him do most of the driving anyway.
Okay.
But
I can imagine. I could see it. You don't look at the type who likes to drive. You look at the type who sits in the passenger seat, man.
Thanks very much.
That's not an insult, but I just can't see you behind the wheel of a car. I don't know why. I'm not being insulting or sexist. I just never see you as someone who drives a car. I just don't see that.
I have my driver's license. I can show you.
How tall are you? 5'2", 5'3"?
5'4".
5'4"? I can imagine you scrunched down behind a big Oldsmobile and you just sitting down, crouched down.
I mean, from my husband and I, obviously, he's much taller than me. He's closer to 6 feet, and I have to bump up the seat.
Yeah,
and adjust it.
Are you one of those? Are you one of those who drives with their shoes off?
No, I hate doing that. I have
Okay.
a pair of loafers that I specifically use for driving.
Oh, you have driving shoes?
Yeah.
That's cool. I can imagine you loafers, driving shoes.
It's just plain loafers, and it's soft, and yeah, at least I could, I don't like driving barefoot at all. I hate that. I absolutely.
Yeah, I hate that as well too. I hate when I see people driving barefoot. Like, why are you doing that? Put your shoes on, man.
Plus, driving with your shoes, your good shoes for going out, it damages the heel.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Right.
I've done it, but I really do hate it.
Yeah. I can imagine. It just looks so incredibly nasty. It looks so. Put your shoes on, man.
But I have a pair of loafers that I use for driving.
You know what else I hate too? I hate when people put their feet up in the chair. Like they actually sit in the chair and they put their feet up in the chair. That is absolutely disgusting. I said, oh, put your feet. That's the chair is for your hips, not for your feet. Get down, get your feet out of the seat, man.
Personal vehicle and you need to be comfortable. Okay. I mean, it's my we just went a day relaxing, maybe, but no, my legs are usually off. Unless I'm like really sick, I push the seat back and something like that.
Oh Lord. I got you. Yeah, but yeah, it's all about etiquette, It's all about proper etiquette, man.
And it's about respecting someone else's vehicle.
Exactly.
I always think of that. I absolutely hate to go into a vehicle and see it dusty and dirty.
Yeah.
And grease and food and litter like that.
Oh man, I've seen people who have roaches in their car, Kim.
Oh my God.
Incredible.
Reflection of who you are as a person.
Of course it is. Of course it is.
One thing, I mean, as a female, I try to have your vehicle tidy.
I have a cousin, and she keeps everything in the car.
If I have to have stuff, it's compartmentalized. My trunk has some shoes, and I've got like my scarf and my purse and my laptop and stuff. It's on one side, so it's not taking up too much.
Very oddly, I have a cousin. She keeps everything in the car, from shoes to clothes to whole food wrappers, everything in the car. I mean, when you catch a ride with her, you actually have to shuffle things over on the side and out onto the floor, man. It's just, why are you doing this? Why are you doing this, man? Just take the stuff out with you. You know, unless she sleeps in the car. But I know she doesn't sleep in a car, you know. But then still though, clean it out, man. My goodness, man. So, like you say, it's a reflection of you.
Yeah.
You know, your chariot. I was talking to my mom today. I was wondering, because I'm going through some car problems right now. Hopefully I can get my car to the mechanic tomorrow. I was telling my mom today, I said, I wonder if the people back in the days of the ancient times and the biblical times, they had problems with their chariots. We have problems with our cars.
Horses.
Yeah. Oh yeah, with the actual chariot car. I wonder if they have problems. And how do they react to chariot problems? Oh, my chariot's down today, you know?
You know, there's this comic strip called Wizard of Id.
Yeah, I read that every now and then.
It has some kind of reflections of silly things like that. DC included, even though the wheel was not invented, with the Neanderthals, they
Mhm.
kind of show something in a sense. It's funny.
I can imagine, man. I read Wizard of It. What's your favorite cartoon strip anyway, Kim?
I have too many. As I follow BC. I love BC. I
Yeah,
love Wizard. There's Peanuts, Charlie Brown, because
yeah,
I
like
grew up.
Charlie Brown.
There's Garfield, of course.
Yeah,
I used to love Piranha Club. Do you remember Piranha Club?
yeah. No, I don't even
Piranha
remember.
Club. Uncle said he reminds me of my father-in-law.
Okay, sorry, no, I don't know about that. You read The
Yeah.
Far Side?
Yes, I know about the Far Side.
Yeah. You read Dilbert as well? Dilbert is my favorite actually.
It's okay. I consider him, the office nerdy kind of.
Yeah. And the evil catbird. And the human resources. I think the catbird is the evil human resources, and
Yeah.
Dogbird is the CEO. Yeah.
But I like the idea of the town of Frank and Ernest as well.
Yeah, Frank and Ernest. Yep. You know, it took me years to figure out that what they meant was Frank and Ernest, like actually being Frank and Ernest. Good grief. I am such an ignorant idiot. They mean Frank and Ernest. Oh my goodness. Jeez. I'm so ignorant. I'm so incredibly dense, right? Dense. They mean
Those are,
Frank and Ernest.
those are my favorite comics. And when I need a pick me up, yeah, it's those that I usually turn to get a little bit of laugh and humor and then get back on track to writing.
Now, a serious question. Do you turn to the comics first when you pick up the newspaper, or you start reading the series news first? Because they say people who pick up the comics first, they are happy and they tend to live longer.
As a child, I used to do that.
Yeah.
As a reporter, I've
Mm.
had to go through the serious news and make sure I check my headlines and okay, we're on top of everything first. And then you reach to the comics if you're lucky.
Oh, wow. You read the comics last. No, I still read the comics first. I switch to the comics right away. Then I go to the heavy stuff afterwards, man.
So on my Yahoo feed, I used to get the Go Comics, and I have the Go Comics tab on my computer, and that's sometimes the first thing while I'm having breakfast at my desk.
Mhm.
That's perusing, just to get some laughs on. Obviously, I go and when I'm finished doing my business newscast, sometimes I do Wordle. Have you tried a Wordle?
Yeah.
And then the mini crossword. So that's my usual thing every day.
Do you guys get the Miami Herald over there as well? Oh no, that's not a featured newspaper.
No, it's not.
Yeah, we get the Miami Herald, and Miami Herald's comic strip is absolutely to die for, man. We get the Miami Herald over here. It used to be like in heavy circulation over here because we're right next door to and to Miami, right? So everyone always had a Miami Herald lingering around the place. And trust me, the comics was the absolute go-to for me when I was younger. It was always a treat to get the Miami Herald.
Well, of Trinidad Guardian and Express, they subscribe to the foreign comics, and we have that. We actually have our own comic strip. It used to go as Sweetbread, and those were local characters. And then Sweetbread, that was all local character.
Mhm.
It was like your village standpipe kind of community village, people picking mangoes, talking of local parlance and relating it to what's happening in the political landscape in Trinidad, or even sometimes. They took the strips and they made it into a book, and my school library, I remember having it there. It's a collectible item. It's a nice coffee table, something to have.
Okay.
And we still refer to it here in Trinidad, even though the artist has done away with doing it.
Oh, he stopped doing it. Why he stopped doing it?
I think he retired, and I don't know.
And they couldn't pass off to somebody else?
No, I don't know why. But
Hmm.
it was one of, our treasured comics here in Trinidad. It was ours. It was our own.
Mhm.
You can look it up, Sweetbread. It's a
Oh,
Trinidad extra.
so you have me on homework assignment tonight, Kim. I'm looking up the Bermuda Azores, and I'm also looking up sweetbread comics. Sweet,
Trinidad. That's
I would
Trinidad.
advise you, don't say sweetbread when you come to the Bahamas.
Why is that?
You'll
What
get,
is
don't say sweetbread. You'll get in problems.
okay? What does it mean there? Remind me, please.
Oh, yeah, because it's a sexual connotation. Don't say sweetbread.
So that here in Trinidad is actually a sweet bread. It's a loaf made out of coconut,
Mhm.
a dried coconut, and we mix in milk and fruits and raisins, and
Mm.
then we sprinkle sugar and we bake it.
Oh, okay. But the minute you say sweet bread over here, it could be the sweetest actual bread itself. But trust me, the conversation, I would say 80% of the time, it will go south into the gutter. Yeah, yeah,
That's like, calling, the doggy.
yeah, exactly. I was going to go there, but since you went there, yeah, you can't use doggy as well. You can't use doggy.
I learned that the hard way.
Absolutely. You can't use that at all. And you can't use crab. You can't
What's
say, you can't say crabby either.
that?
You can't say crabby. You cannot say crab.
I'm not a fan of sweet bread here in Trinidad. As
And you shouldn't be. You shouldn't be a fan of sweet bread in the Bahamas either. Actually.
not hear me saying, "Oh gosh, I'm pining for that or missing it." A crab or anything, unless I tell you I can't eat it because I'm allergic.
Mm,
So you hear me saying crab, you'll hear me say cranky.
mm,
I'm cranky.
cranky.
I
No.
would have, I have gotten caught with Bahamians saying doggy.
Yeah, yeah.
That's how you to your pot hounds or your pot cakes.
Pot cakes, yeah, pot cakes of puppies, yeah. They're loyal dogs, They're loyal dogs, man. They're good dogs. And people from the United States and Canada, they come and pick up these dogs, These are
Yeah.
high-class dogs. They're almost as popular as the swimming pigs.
Here in Trinidad, people do come and adopt ours too, and they take them back home to Britain, to England, to Canada and America as well. They're happy.
You have your own breed of dogs over there in Trinidad? What are they called?
Pot hounds, and we
Pothounds? Okay.
rebranded them as the Caribbean Shepherd because
Okay.
people they go towards the German Shepherd, the Alsatian, the Belgian Shepherds, but we've got our own breed, the pot hounds. And they're the ones that you don't really need to take to the vet, even though people have had keeping them as pets and pampering them as if they were some hybrid pooch.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and they're very intelligent because they've been living around you guys for years, right? So they're very intelligent puppies, right? They're not imported dogs, but they have to get to know the culture and get acclimated to what Trinidadians are like. But these dogs, they actually grew up with you guys, so they understand your culture and they have they're in tune with you. That's like the pot cakes here. They know how to get out of traffic.
They know how to get out of traffic.
Yeah, they know how to get out of the way. They
Yeah,
know
true.
exactly when the intruder comes. They know when to bark. They know what to do.
Exactly. Yeah. Because sometimes my dad's pet one, he gets out, he causes havoc in the entire neighborhood.
Oh, he's like that.
He's toxic. He
Well,
goes and pulls up everyone in the entire neighborhood. You can tell where he is because of how you're hearing the other neighbor dogs barking.
does he tip over garbage bins?
No, he's not like that. He's just, hey, I'm loose. I'm the party guy here.
Oh, he's like that. Oh, it's a nuisance.
Guy.
I know. We got dogs like that too. So I live in a two rock neighborhood. When I say two rock, my garbage tins must have two rocks on top of it, or else the dogs are just gonna keep on tipping it over. There's a two rock neighborhood. And actually, I've gone to the police and I've actually complained about the amount of dogs that are in my neighborhood. On any given Sunday, I can walk up from my house. I can be at least 20 wild dogs just running around the streets, and they're in packs. Yeah, and they operate like that. Sunday afternoons when there's low traffic, I could walk out any given Sunday. I could see at least 20 to 25 dogs just roaming the streets together in a pack, like they're roaming the streets. And it's very scary. I've been bitten before here too, actually. through my own corner. Yeah, I've been bitten before. That's why I went to the police. I went to the police and I complained that there are wild dogs through my corner. Would you come and do something? You think the police came? Of course not. They're still here.
Yeah, in Trinidad, pothounds they move in packs here as well, but they're not likely to stay out on the streets for too long. Someone's bound to take them in as a pet.
Really?
With the crime situation, they are faithful dogs that will guard your property and keep you company.
So you have puppy thieves.
No, so if people were to dump a litter of dogs, they wouldn't stay homeless for too long. Someone is bound to say, hey, let's take them. We'll
Okay.
take them, carry them, but and take care of them.
Yeah, my mom when I was younger was decent to me like that. You know, she would pick up a puppy when she realized I like dogs. She'd pick up a puppy and take it home, and she'd steal people's puppy. Yeah, mom was a puppy thief.
But
Many they came home with a strange puppy in my yard.
that's how my dad got his dogs actually. Because
Really?
and she had a litter of pups, and it was rainy, and my dad heard the dogs crying, the puppies crying, and he went and took them in.
Okay.
Away from where my dad had it in our yard. And this time when he went and got him, found him again, he managed to find him some time ago, sometime later after. And he had gotten mange, and he was,
Oh yeah. I hate when it happens to them.
Twice. He's been with my dad for over 10 years now. He brought his brother sometime on. But the family that took his brother really had him pampered. He was an indoor. He was big. He was huge. He was huge. He died a few years ago, sadly. But he always felt he was like a big baby, that he would stand on top of you thinking he's still a baby, but he's really 10, 15 pounds. He's quite heavy.
Do I take care of animals over there in Trinidad? Because we have a terrible record over here in the Bahamas with taking care of animals.
Try our best. The culture has changed. As I said, pothounds here in Trinidad have become pedigree. We call them pedigree pothounds. We used to call Roscoe that because of how spoiled he was. They live lavish lives. People take them to the vet. They live outside. They're sleeping with you.
I say lavish lives.
Yeah, they're like your children.
Yeah.
They're here. They live inside your house. They get everything that you're eating. They get proper meals. They get their shots. They're taken care of like a member of the family.
That's good. That's good to know that the society takes care of the animals, because any society that doesn't, you could tell there's something wrong with that society when they don't take care of the animals. There's something.
We do have a few that do cruel acts to animals, sadly, and I think that happens in almost every society.
Yeah, every society, but I'm talking about wholesale neglect. Like you would see a mangy dog on the side of the road with disease and crippled, and you would do nothing to help the dog. I mean, you would do nothing, absolutely nothing. You would see the dog's legs are broken, mange all over, and you would not do anything. Why would you let an animal linger like that? Why doesn't the Humane Society or some animal control come and pick up the dog that's suffering on the side of the street? I literally saw, and maybe I would fall too. Okay, I did nothing myself, right? But it wasn't my dog. It was on my way to work, and I would see the dog. The dog clearly had a broken spine because his back legs weren't working at all. And it was like walking on his two front legs, and no one actually would do anything for the damn dog. I was like, why? Wow, that is so cruel. I'm looking at my society and saying, something, all of us are at fault now. All of us are at fault. We're some sick human beings. There's another dog on my way to work, and you could tell like his testicles are totally torn apart. And you could tell like he is actually like open flesh. And he's been like that for days. I was wondering how long he could live like that. Because he probably got into a fight with some other dogs and they tore him up. And he's been walking like that for days now. I mean, my God, how do you walk past that and drive past that and don't do anything about it,
In Trinidad, if you follow my page, you would see that I have quite a good bit of postings when it comes to animal rescues and things like that. I'm actually part of a good few animal groups that assist, and they do things out of their own pockets. We try to help out financially when we can, and things like that. There are quite a good bit of animal organizations here in Trinidad that are NGOs and that do assist.
Okay, okay, that's good. That's good. And maybe we should have a little more here in the Bahamas,
But
because we
I people take that for granted when people are out there doing things out of their own, and they
yeah,
say, "Oh, you could do it, so we don't
yeah,
have to do it,"
yeah.
and they just keep piling on them.
Yeah.
So
They think, like these things don't have a cost. These things have a damn cost, man. Everyone thinks these things pop up by magic, Like all the things we do here with Caribbean Magazine Plus as well. The contest, the short story contest, the poetry contest, the tropic spin music competition. They think it just like pops up. Oh, it's there. Oh, let's put it in. Oh, that's a harass the editor and that's a harass the owners for putting on these contests. But they didn't realize these things cost money, man. Yeah, they cost money.
there, Yori Kemp slipping a little bit of a rant.
Yeah, yeah. I'm not gonna go to full scale. I'm kind of mellow tonight, actually. I'm in a good space tonight. I'm very happy. Notice I haven't talked about anything serious as yet. So I'm not in that space right now. I'm in a different space. I'm in a happy space. I talked to my sister today and she gave me some good advice. I'll tell you off air. I'm not gonna talk about it on air, but she gave me some good advice.
I hope
I'm
it's
just happy to talk to my sister. You say?
good relationship advice. I'm hoping.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Indeed. Indeed. I'm always happy when I talk to her. It's good. She's a good sounding board for me, and she's changed her life a lot. She never was a rabble rouser, but she's very deep into the scriptures and into Christianity and her spirituality now. So she's a very good listener. She understands those things.
That's
Even
good.
when
You've
we were
got
younger.
air to listen to you and someone that you will take heed of
Yes,
rather than
indeed. And she loves us. I mean, even when I was younger, she always loved me. She always treated me like a little brother. You know, never had an angry word, never was rude, never was mean, never was cruel. Always treated me like I was a younger brother. Always would play around, do shit with me, do foolishness with me. So yeah, I like my sister. I wish we were a bit closer, but I like my sister.
that's what big sisters do. I'm a big sister, but I'm not sure if I'm that valuable.
Oh yeah, yeah. What's your sister's name again?
Well,
Michelle, right? Michelle, right. How's she anyway?
she is totally opposite from me.
Oh wow, she wouldn't come on the show with you. I would like to see you two guys sitting together on the show one night.
We will see. I'll see if I can.
Yeah,
If I
arrange that. Arrange Michelle.
maybe she is gonna say no. She's actually camera shy on a regular basis just to take family pictures.
Oh wow, okay. She's shy. You are the absolute opposite then, because you're very comfortable behind the microphone, behind the camera.
Yeah, it's become my career. I've always been the most vocal one. I
Mhm.
yap. Always been the yappy one ever
Oh
since.
yeah, the mouthy one, right?
Always been yappy. Always been talkative.
They
She's
call you
been,
fresh.
but she's an economist as well. She
Okay.
studied economics,
Mm,
and might be able to have a conversation with you.
okay.
I mean, even though, yeah, we're totally different.
Michelle. Love your sister, man. Love your sister. Be decent to her.
There's only one I have, so yes, I'll always love her, no matter
Yeah,
what.
man. How did your parents treat you guys when you were growing up?
How so?
I mean, was there any kind of favorites there? They liked her more, they liked you more? Well, who got in trouble the most?
I was the eldest. I'm the elder of the two.
Mhm.
She was the baby, and I always think, yeah, she was the baby. She got spoiled in that sense.
Oh wow. Who got in trouble the most? You or her?
We both did.
No, wow.
We always fought.
Mm.
We're 5 years apart, so as children, we always fought. She
You
always
beat her
annoyed.
up?
I beat her up.
You used to beat your sister up, Kim?
Yes, I did.
Wow. You beat your sister up, Kim. That is absolutely atrocious, Kim. You were a mean big sister.
At times, I admit, yes, repented and asked for forgiveness.
Oh my goodness.
Yes,
Yeah, man.
but totally different in personalities.
She married as well or no?
No, she's not. She's still single.
Okay.
I think so.
Okay. Yeah, let's not talk your sister's business. Let's not talk your sister's business. I ran into my brother last week sometime. I haven't seen him since before Christmas. We got some business done. After we got started, he kind of like disappeared, but all of a sudden he just crawled back up out of nowhere. First of all, he gave me a call 2 weeks ago, and then all of a sudden he stopped me in the middle of the streets. I say, wow. I say, you stopped me in the middle of the streets? You? You must want something. Yeah, but he's cool though. He's cool. He's cool. He showed me his kids. There's two new kids. Some babies. I have a niece and another nephew.
I
That's
saw that you had some nieces of yours graduating
yeah,
recently.
that all three of those, well, the twins are my sister's daughters, Tiana and Kiana, the ones who just graduated from college and high school in the United States. And the
Right.
other three that I posted just recently, they are my brother's three eldest girls.
Okay.
Yeah. And I saw his other two kids here today. He only has one son and four girls. Yeah, one son and four girls.
How many siblings you have in total?
I had two brothers and two sisters. My eldest brother passed away several years ago. So I have one brother left and I have two sisters.
Okay.
Yeah, my sister's younger than I am though. My younger sister, I have one younger sister. My older sister is the one I'm talking about the most. The one I was talking about this evening. Yeah, I've known
Right.
her for a while. Yeah,
And you're in the middle where?
yeah. I'm the second to the last actually. And the funny thing is, my youngest sister, she popped up out of nowhere. I didn't even realize who she was until my grandmother passed away, and she started hanging. I started to see her around the place, and then my brother introduced me to her and said, "Oh, this is your sister. This is one of my father's.
Children.
Yeah, sure, right." And so I accepted her. I knew her mom.
Okay.
Yeah, my
Understood.
my mom hated her mom, of course. But
That,
such
that
you should see the death stare mom gave me just then. I'm not going to talk her business on the air tonight, but yeah, I met my younger sister. She's pretty cool though. Speaking of which, I got to message her. I got to talk to her. I haven't spoken to her in a while. Let me give her a call and see what she's got to say for herself.
But oh yeah, well, my family is just four of us, two sisters. That's it.
Hmm.
Um,
Your
I
father.
I'm supposed to have a brother outside there, but it didn't happen.
Oh, you
Um,
thought you had a brother out there?
yeah, but that didn't. That's another story. I will not have that one here.
Oh yeah, I don't have that on there. Yeah, don't talk your father's business.
No, it was yeah, that's my parents.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
and yeah, that's how it's always been.
Okay, that's you too.
Yeah, mostly. And cousins, we have cousins that I always talk about babysitting.
Yeah.
Two parents and
You're the eldest cousin as well too, or no?
no, I'm not the eldest. They are older than me.
Okay.
Much older than me. I have cousins that are actually my dad's age
Wow.
because is the baby in his family.
Okay. Oh wow. Okay. Cool.
Cousins that are actually older than my dad.
That's pretty cool then.
Yeah, they're like aunts and uncles, but they're cousins.
Mm-hmm.
I do call them by their first names and things like that.
Okay, I got you.
As children, it did feel odd because because they're older than your parents.
Yeah, I can imagine. I have an aunt that's younger than me, actually. My
Yeah.
grandfather, my grandfather had a penchant for younger women. And so I have an aunt that's about 10, she's about 15 years younger than I am, actually. She's very young. Because when I had graduated from high school, she was still in grade 7. So yeah, no, I would say about 10 years. 10 years younger than I am, yeah. So yeah, these Caribbean families, Kim, they're all mixable all over the place. You could have an uncle that's, younger than you, and you could have a cousin or a niece or a nephew that's older than you. That's these Caribbean dynamics.
But I mean, in long ago, families had like between 8 to 10 children, 8 to 14 children.
Hmm.
So the age range usually always differed and had those kind of family dynamics when nieces and nephews came before children.
Yeah. You think we'll ever get back to that way when our grandparents had like 10, 15 kids, or that's pretty much over? No one's having 10, 15 kids anymore.
That's definitely gone.
Yeah. You're not gonna hold any woman down with no 15 kids. Yeah.
I do see families. My when I first started dating my husband, he told me I was from a family of 7.
Mhm.
7. Yeah, I have 5 sisters. You lie. Red flag number 1.
Hold on.
But and it's like in this day and age, someone actually can come from a family that huge.
Oh wow.
That was my thinking. And I actually have friends who have children, at least 4 to 5, 6 children.
Mm.
And it's like, what are you doing? You have a big career in communications and you're having that many children.
Yeah, because you have to think about the economics though, Kim. I mean, taking care of one child is enough. Can you imagine taking care of four, five, six? That's a huge burden, man, you know. But they say God provides when you have big families like that, you know, God makes a way for it, you know.
The elder ones usually come in and take care of the younger ones, at least in the experience of watching my husband's family.
Mm,
The elder ones have often paved the way for the younger ones.
okay.
Younger
I'm,
ones,
I'm talking about hardcore cash, Kim. I mean, yeah, they could take care of kids, but there's no food in the house. Then that's a problem, you know.
yeah, definitely. And that was a problem.
Mm,
I've heard many stories like that.
mm.
It's never,
I would like at least three kids.
yeah, they say it's always best to have at least three.
Mm,
Yeah.
mm. Yeah.
Because, life happens, right? And things happen, God forbid. You really need that support. No child should be an island, they say.
No, no.
This day and age where in Trinidad, I went to the supermarket recently and I saw a woman fork out $800 just
Mm,
for one box of Pampers and
really?
a
Mm.
and I watched my husband say, okay, that's it there.
Yeah, you can't afford it.
And that's just going to last barely a 1.5 week. That's
Mm,
just going to last 1.5 of a week.
mm. But like I said, you know, they say God makes a way, and God provides for that, you know, and you have to trust Him that He will. You know, if He blessed you with five, six kids, you know, He's gonna make a way. I haven't tested it myself, right? But I've seen it happen. I've seen single mothers who've been left, the baby daddy after baby daddy, and God just makes a way. And mind you, some of those kids, they're going to be okay. Some of them, they fall on the wayside, but still, she's been able to get through and get them to at least to the point where they can at least graduate from high school. Now, they live lackluster lives. Most of them do, right? But still, though, you know, I believe that's up to the Lord Almighty to make that happen for them as well, too. So, yeah, I think God makes a way. God makes a
Yeah,
way.
I've always heard of that. I've always heard the stories my dad gave when he heard that they were having me and how he got promoted that same week. It's like,
Oh, yeah, really? Yeah, they see, yeah, people look at you with favor when you have kids. When I sat down for the interview for this my job at the Tribune newspaper, my last job, right? And the editor asked me if I was married with kids. I said no. Well, that takes at least $5,000 off your salary right there. I said, what?
I
At least
mean,
you're married with kids.
wow. I've never even seen it. I've never experienced it. I guess when it comes to meals,
Mm,
it's like that. But with women, no. I haven't seen any wage disparity there. They
mm.
actually there's a liability if you're having children.
Yeah, I
Here,
hear.
productivity as a mother, you're going to have to take care of your children. Right now, I've been lucky to be, single still in a sense, no children.
Mm, mm,
That's the first question when you go for an interview.
mm. I know I had an interview with for Arawak Media, my public relations company in the Bahamas, and the lady did not want to interview in person because I was during the COVID-19. So I was like, why don't you want to meet in person? Then come to find out she worked with me for a month or so, and then she went into the hospital. And I didn't find out that she had an actual baby until I started seeing the pictures on her WhatsApp status. I say, oh, Jesus, Lord, man, you had a baby, you had a whole baby on me. That's why you didn't want to meet in person, you wicked woman, you.
She
Yeah.
had a baby on you? What you mean?
Yeah, like she was pregnant when she did the interview with me over Zoom. And we
Oh,
never actually physically met. And then all of a sudden she just disappeared and she had a baby. She went
okay,
into labor.
right.
I took the job and knowing that she was pregnant, I said, man, that was bad.
Yeah, no, you have to disclose that
Yeah, yeah.
once.
But I was foolish for not at least looking at it, right? For not at least looking at it in person. But it was COVID-19, so I didn't really feel comfortable looking at her in person.
Yeah, certainly there.
Mm,
I've seen a company that I worked with,
mm,
um, where they still hired a pregnant woman,
mm,
a few pregnant women, and it's like, okay, well, when your maternity leave here in Trinidad is at least 3 months.
mm,
When your maternity leave, you can join us.
mm,
You can start fresh. Some people even came on board pregnant. They interviewed and then she got pregnant,
mm.
and started the job pregnant and went on to have, within less than a year, she obviously had to file for maternity leave.
Oh wow, that's cold-hearted.
No, she has to file for maternity leave, but she still had her job.
Oh,
You
okay,
know?
okay, oh, okay, gotcha, okay.
You're still entitled to it. You cannot be denied maternity leave.
Hey, tell these. I mean, yeah, the employees should be at least a little sensitive to us because that's how the world was populated, you know. But anyway, let's hope that people can be decent with one another. At least be honest, you know.
I've actually heard the argument where people, especially men, they say
Mm,
women are a liability to productivity in a company, and that's why we don't hire that much women in
yeah,
our office, in our company, because we see them as being a liability, as the possibility of them getting pregnant.
mm,
I've actually heard these things,
mm,
and that's, well, where the world has come now, and they don't want to hire women because of this, but they
mm,
do nevertheless.
mm.
And then these women do come and get pregnant a few times a year, within a short space of time.
But it's true. It's true. I mean, you do have to take into account that you may have to leave on maternity leave, and then what are you going to do with your business? I mean, the business is the business, you know. It is true, and then we should be sensitive that women are in the workplace now, and we should make accommodations for it. But that's still, it's a business, though. It's a business.
But it's a comment that's being made in this day and age,
Yeah,
and
but
it is.
it's true.
When I go for an interview, that's the first thing they ask me.
Mm,
I remember going to an interview here in Trinidad for a major media company, and the first thing they asked me, "You're so old and you're not married yet.
mm.
What are you waiting for to drag the man to the altar?"
Oh Lord Jesus.
And this is the owner of the company telling me this.
Mm. But you want to hear something, Kim? Not everybody wants to get married, you know. Not everybody's breaking down the church door trying to get married, you know.
Not
Not
everyone
everybody's that.
has children as well. If it happens,
Yeah,
it happens.
yeah, it happens. Yeah, exactly. Not everyone's looking for that. Some people are just not marriage material. You know, for years, I want to get married now. I'll admit, I want a wife now. So I see the benefit of having a wife. But when I was younger, before my lifestyle to change a different course right now, marriage was not appealing to me at all. I was
No,
not interested.
to me, I always wanted to get married, but
Mm,
because of economics, it was not feasible. And I was just waiting for things to get a little better in my life financially.
mm,
So I was waiting for certain things to happen, like probably try and obtain my own home.
mm,
So the burden wouldn't be on him.
mm.
I waited and I waited, and it's like, okay, I gave up on waiting
Yeah,
because bye, let's get married because we've been together this many years.
yeah, let's do it, you know.
So
It's
I'll
good
give
to have a companion.
it for everything to be perfect, and life is life. Life happens.
Exactly. It'll never be perfect. I was listening to somebody, I think it was TD Jakes, yeah, last night when I was putting up stuff for the Caribbean Magazine Plus. Because what I do, I have a routine. When I'm publishing for Caribbean Magazine Plus, I put TD Jakes's last sermon up so I can listen when I'm posting stuff. So I'm soaking in the vibes as well as I'm posting for Caribbean Magazine Plus. And he said that if you wait until things are perfect, they'll never be perfect.
There'll never be.
Never be, just do it. It'll never be perfect. If you're looking for that perfect time, that perfect moment, that perfect person, it'll never happen. Just go and get it done. And he's right.
I gave up. I really did. We gave up on waiting. It's like, okay, so many years have gone by. In my 30s, I didn't have a proper job, and I still don't have a proper
Yeah.
income. But things, you gotta live life.
Yeah, you have to live life, man. I think you did the right thing because now you have a companion, right? Now you could actually see and experience things with them, right?
Yeah,
My thing,
and our
I, I'm not needy. I don't need a woman, but I would like to have one to share some things with, you know. My life is changing a bit, and I want to share these experiences with somebody. At least hold the damn camera for me, woman.
tell you,
Please
I
take
started
pictures.
this setup is all
At least hold the camera, miss. Tell people, be a witness that this happened to Yori. You know?
so often he would probably knock the door and he would open the door and peep at me, and it would distract me, and that's the most. And I would hear the wares outside, I'd hear the banging of the wares. It's like,
Mm.
what's he doing? Can't he keep the microwave down?
Yeah.
So I mean, sharing a space, it's nice to have someone to come home to and be able to speak to them and
Exactly.
hold hands while sleeping, things like that. It's nice, it's comforting. But
Yeah.
talking about ignoring and cutting down the entire forest, it makes you want to take your pillow and your blanket to the next room. Say, I'm
Mhm.
on the couch tonight, leave you here.
Yeah, I know, right?
That's marriage. That's the reality of marriage.
I know. I can imagine it's not easy because being in relationships isn't easy. It's not clear cut.
No.
Getting
But
to know somebody is not fun. Falling in love with somebody is not happy all the time. It
it,
hurts.
it hurts. It's not always a bed of roses.
Yeah.
It's a compromise and understanding. Hey, you really want this to work. Because you see a lot more in this person that's worth more than the argument that it's at for. You
Yeah.
know, whatever is happening right now, you have to look beyond that.
Mhm.
And then you have to find it in your heart and compassion, to work.
Yes.
And the key to it, working it through is communication and always talking it out.
Mhm. And respect too.
Yes, and respect.
Respect. You have to respect your mate's time. You have to respect their emotions. You have to respect their station in life. You have to respect them totally. You can't really just do anything and say anything to your mate.
Exactly. Yes. You have to take into consideration how they're going to interpret even
Exactly.
decisions you make when it comes to spending money, decisions you make when
Mhm.
it comes to doing anything, activity in your life, even with your other family members.
Mhm.
You have
Mhm.
to ask them, so what do you think about this? Will you be willing to
Exactly.
yeah.
Because when somebody's in love with you, you have to take in consideration how they feel when you do things. Because when they love you, they don't see your actions the same way. Let's say your friends see your actions. They see it. Sometimes they could see the most innocent thing you do as an affront to them. To their relationship. They can see the most innocent thing that you do.
Very true. Very,
You have to
very
be
well.
very careful of that. You have to be very careful of that.
So what you might do as a single person, you might just pick up yourself and, oh, I'm just going down the street. I'm going to have a few
Yeah.
beers with friends. I'm going to sit down and eat this meal by myself and go driving by myself and not tell your partner where you've been
Yeah.
when they're waiting for you for at least a phone call. And this is even in a dating
Mhm.
scenario. You need to,
Yes.
hey, I'm here.
Because sometimes your mate needs you, it's not that they desperately need you next to them all the time, but sometimes they may be going through something and they just may need you at that particular point in time. Not that, they want to get in your business, but hey, I'm going through something right now. I need somebody right now. I need you right now.
Yeah.
You know?
And things like that has happened. I've experienced situations where I've I've been in a situation and he's been in a situation at the same time, and we were unaware of what
Mm.
was happening. And trying to call him on the phone, it was no, because he was out at sea actually.
Oh, wow.
I had to wait till the next day to
Mm.
tell him what had happened.
How did it work out?
I knew it was no fault of his because I knew he had gone on that.
Mm.
But it was in that situation. And then even when I had gotten sick and he was abroad, I was in
Mm.
the hospital and he had no clue I was in the hospital for
Oh,
so situations do happen and then you're trying to contact them and you can't. So what are you supposed to do?
yeah, yeah. I guess you only have you and God at that particular point in time, Kim. Only you and the Savior.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's just life and relationships.
Yeah, it is. It is. But I think it's worth it. Like I said, I'm looking for a long-term wife right now, a woman right now. I'm tired of just sleeping around and going from, this one to that one. Sex on the run, they call it.
Gosh, and he's admitting this on LimeVibe.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm an open book. I don't care. This sex on the run is not fun. Yeah.
You find someone
You meet
that's
somebody for 2 or 3 months, you poke around for a while, and then you jump, you leave them, you dump them. There's no emotional connection there. There's no love there. You know, you don't love somebody. You're not nurturing somebody. You're not actually growing a garden, a love garden. You
and I
know.
think this is where relationships probably move a little too fast and we take each other for granted in the sense that we go for these kind of characters that, are just for the fun of it.
Mm,
And you put yourself in these vulnerable positions where you
mm,
ought to be really spending that time instead of being vulnerable, spending
mm,
that time getting to know the person, talk.
Yeah.
Have conversations, do activities with each other that both of you all enjoy.
You want to hear something, Kim? I've gone through the most problem when I've actually tried to take my time and know somebody properly than I've had with these flings. Anytime I've taken my time to know somebody in depth, it always leads to problems. I always end up, stretching it out, and I've always ended up taking too much time, and it always ends up hurting me in the end. But these quick flings, they are what they are, When I go in there with no in particular emotions towards somebody, yeah, those things, I don't get as much heartbreak. But the minute I say, something, I'm going to do this properly, I'm going to get to know this person properly, I'm going to do these things right, I always end up getting hurt in the end, or disappointed, I would say.
That person was not interested to begin with, right? I'm
Maybe,
guessing.
maybe.
And in my understanding of how a relationship usually evolves, starts, you get to talk to each other, you're having conversations on the phone,
Mm,
conversations, sitting down and talking with each other. You go and do things with each other, like, okay, simple things as coffee dates,
mm,
simple things like hiking,
mm,
doing activities like probably playing tennis,
mm.
uh, playing sports together, hiking, walking, jogging, things like that, right?
Mm.
And you build on having conversations with them through that.
Yeah.
Going to events that you would like Carrie. I used to drag Carrie to jazz events, little concerts, things
Make
like
it
that.
like
Right. And those things, cultural events, I'll carry them to galleries, art galleries, and introduce him to my friends, book launches, things like that. I would take him with me as my companion.
Mm,
And from that, we had conversations.
okay.
Doing
I
activities
have,
like that
I have
opens your
the I have the exact opposite, Kim. I have a lot of women who I run into on a daily basis that just want to have sex. They just want to have sex. I can't possibly sleep with every particular woman. I'm not even that kind of guy that has random sex all the time, but that's all they offer me, Kim. That's all they offer. There's always some sexual energy, and I can't sleep with everybody. I'm not a sexy guy. I'm not a sex machine that I'm a lover boy that I get bed every woman I run into, but it's just that there's always some sexual tension. And it's very uncomfortable, man. It's very uncomfortable. It is. No, I'm being very serious, It becomes annoying when most of the women you see only want to sleep with you. They don't want to get to know you. They don't want to take you out.
I think this is the culture, and
Yeah,
culture has changed, has evolved so much with women
very
that
much.
everyone's looking for that fling. No one's looking for something long lasting and
Exactly.
more than your skin deep.
Yeah, exactly. Especially when you're not looking for that, and then, I wouldn't even talk about the sexual harassment, Kim. I mean, men go through that too.
Yes, I know that for sure.
Yeah. If you could look at Potiphar's wife and Joseph, it goes back as far as that.
I don't think if I had to date in today's world, I would make it. I would survive.
You should be happy with Kerry, man, because he
I
sounds like
am very grateful. We're very much grateful for what we very much. And I
yeah,
mean, we paid our dues. We paid our dues. Relationships take a lot of work.
yeah, yeah.
It still does. Even after how many years of marriage, you still have a lot of work to do with each other at times.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah,
so
yeah. More, it's like growing a garden, isn't it? Right?
it
Getting
is.
and cultivating a human being. That's how I approach it. Cultivate a human being. Let's see if we could grow some stuff out of them. Bring the best out of them.
You have to pay attention to each other. I learned this a long time ago. You really do have, when they come home, it's a simple thing as asking, how is your day?
Mm-hmm.
And listening to that person and
Mm-hmm.
explain how was their day. It might sound mundane. It might sound like the same old thing they've been saying, complaining about their job.
Mm-hmm.
Take the time to listen.
Yeah, yeah, indeed.
World of a difference in just giving a listening ear at times to each
Mm-hmm.
other. It
Mm-hmm.
goes both ways.
Yeah, indeed. And we have to remember that the sexes are very opposite. We want different things from one another. Where you may want a listening ear, I just may want you just to be quiet sometime and let me reflect.
Another thing that I would attribute to the success of it is prayer. And in our relationship, the Bible talks about, a threefold cord is not easily broken. The
Oh,
cord
yes,
binds us together.
yes. Yes.
Bring prayer into our relationship, it makes the world of a difference with both of you.
Mhm.
It is the most intimate part of a relationship, I would say, honestly, because
Yes.
you're for one another, with each other, and you're sharing the word of God with each other, praying,
Yes.
worshiping. I believe that made the entire difference in our relationship.
Tell the truth, Kim. If God is not in it, Jesus is not in it, you don't want it. And you shouldn't want it. If Jesus is not in it, you should not want it.
Take that. Perhaps it's finding the right person that you align yourself with commonalities and beliefs in the word, in worship, and fellowship.
Mhm.
And that was the first thing that clicked with my husband and I.
Mhm.
I realized, hey, we both share this similarity in the way we view God and the Holy Spirit,
Mhm.
and view our bodies as temples of the Holy Spirit.
Mhm.
And doing that, and your conscience and how our parents brought us up, all of that shaped and molded us to help us seeing each other as probably our soulmates.
Mhm. Soulmates. Wow.
I would say that in the sense that not everyone is meant, but you kind of make it happen in the sense that you've
Yes.
connected that way
Yes.
spiritually.
Yes. Especially if you can't stop thinking about a person, someone's on your mind every day. It's not all the time when someone's on your mind all the time.
Yeah.
That's a special occurrence. That is a special person when someone's on your mind all the time. And it's not in a obsessive way where you're actually thinking about the person, what's happening with them, what they're doing, what are you up to?
Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah. Well, they often say when your mind is on somebody like that, that means their mind is on you. Do you believe that?
We have an old saying like if you dream someone, that person was thinking about you.
You think so? Maybe. I guess so.
So usually when I have a dream of someone, that I haven't thought about in a long time, I'm usually prompted to probably call them, text them, something like that.
So you believe in that kinetic energy?
I sort of do. It's probably something that was passed on from my grandmother to my, and they discuss it, and we, yeah.
I believe in that too, Kim. I believe in that too. I believe there are connections out there that's just for us. That's God and his infinite wisdom, it's just for us.
Like my cousin from Toronto, I was thinking about it 2 days ago, but I was not well, and it just slipped me to send her a message, and then she messaged me today,
Mhm.
checking as well.
Okay.
It showed like all our minds were like,
You're on the same page, Kim. Well, Kimmy, that's us for the night, man. We had a good chat tonight, man. We went from a lot of stuff about nothing. And I like these kind of conversations we have. We're not talking about anything serious. It's just about us and what's been going on in our lives. That's what people want to hear. People want to hear us talk about, our relationships, our lives, how we deal with our family, how we deal with our friends, how we approach work situations. People want to hear that from us, man. They don't want all that serious stuff tonight. Otherwise, not Kim. Any final thoughts?
I hope you find love and peace and joy for the rest of your days,
I hope so too, Kim. I wish you happiness.
and God given. And
I
my
wish,
wish.
I wish you happiness with Kim too. I wish you happiness with Carrie too, Kim. Yes,
Thank
I
you.
rest of your life. Well, that's another Line Vibe Live episode tonight. This is Yuri Camp from Nassau, Bahamas, and along with Kimberly Ram Calamar from Trinidad and Tobago. If you have not done so, I forgot to mention this at the onset. If you have not done so already, please like, share, and subscribe to our video on YouTube and Facebook. It's very important that you do that. It's very important that you do that. Please like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube and Facebook page and our videos, and share our videos because it really helps us out a lot. And also, there's a donate link right at the description. So please, if you have any inclination to want to help us out and donate some money to the Lime Vibe Live podcast, please do so. It really helps us to get our message across to the rest of the Caribbean and the rest of the world, actually, because the world needs to hear the Caribbean voice. So this is Yuri Camp from Lime Vibe Live, and I'll see you again on Friday, right, Kim?
Yes, Friday night.
Friday night, yes. So have a good night, everybody.
Night.